There's a special keyword in JavaScript called break, which we can use inside of loops to break out of that loop, to stop its execution. Whenever JavaScript encounters break, that loop that it's enclosed in is done. So you can use this technically in a for loop. It's pretty uncommon, but we could. And the reason it's uncommon is that a for loop, you're writing the exact rules. You're writing how many times it should run. So let I equal 0, I less than 10, I plus plus. I know how many times this is going to run. Let's say I'll console.log I each time, and then I'll break when I is equal to 5. If I equals 5, I'll call break. And this breaks out of that loop. Let's see what happens. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we encounter the break, and the loop is done. Like I said, it's not very commonly used in a for loop because why not just write this for loop to go from 0 to 5 instead of 0 through 10 and then stopping halfway through? But it is something that you can do. Also, I should mention, if you have multiple loops and you break in one of the nested loops, it does not stop all loops from executing. It will only stop the inner loop or the current loop the break is located in. But like I said, not that common in a for loop, but it can be common in a while loop. In fact, using break, we can restructure our while loop from earlier. This one, where we had a guessing game, wasn't much of a game for us, but for the computer maybe, guessing a random number over and over until the guess matched the target. We could rewrite that using break and a while loop. And this might seem odd to write this loop right here, while true, but we can do this as long as we break out at some point. So this is basically saying loop forever, but then in the loop, we're going to say not so fast. If this condition is true, break out of the loop. If we wanted to get this exact same logic going, I'll just uncomment most of this. We will pick our target and a guess, and then while true, if target equals guess, we will break. Otherwise, we will make a new guess. Guess equals math.for, math.random, and at the bottom, we'll print the target and the guess once you've won. Congrats, you win. And then let's also print it here so we can see what's going on. And I can get rid of my original while loop. So we still have our logic to get the two random numbers. And then we have this loop that seems crazy. It seems like it should be an infinite loop. While true, just the loop forever. But then we have our condition that says if target is the same as guess, break. Now, if that break doesn't happen, we'll print out target and guess, and then we'll get a new guess, and the loop starts over because it's still true. While true, it's going to go forever until we break. If I run this, you can see it still works. Target is 9, guess is 7. Target 9, guess 1, guess was 9. So the loop broke right there, and then we print congrats, you win. Now, I'm not such a big fan of this approach because of two main reasons. One, it can be easy to end up with infinite loops, but the main reason I don't like it is writing while true is just not very explanatory or informational. If you look at it, I would prefer to write something that was maybe while game not, or maybe not game over. I think that's better. And have a Boolean called game over, and you could change Boolean or change game over from true to false or false to true. So for me, when I look at this loop here, you can change this and structure it in a better way while still using break, but I just don't find it as intuitive to look at. But I did want to show you break because it is used occasionally. Again, it will break out of the loop it's located in, but if there are nested loops, it will not break all of them. It breaks out of its current loop. It stops its execution cold in its tracks. Even if it was set to go off 1,000 more times, if it encounters break, then it's done.